Hello. Okay, hello, Lisa. Hello. If that's not fixed it, I don't know how to do it. Tony, hello. So we're just gonna carry on with this one. Hopefully, this is all okay. Kirsty, hello, hello, hello. Oh, does it? Oops. Hi, Jackie and Kelly. Hi, Denise. Hello, admin. Hello. Okay, so hopefully that's sorted the freezing issue. If I just move really fast, that's as fast as I move. oh, um, hopefully that's fixed the freezing issue. Ahoy! Right, so I'm going to jump straight in to the. Oh, Aaron. There we go. How about now? So he's fixed one thing and then it's another thing. Kathy, thank you for the stars. 23-week streak. That's crazy. Freezing, but the sound continues. Yeah, which means it's the so we've sorted the sound now. Hopefully the sound sounds better for you guys. The lighting is good. It is literally just the just sort this and then hopefully. All right, there we go. Give that 5 seconds. Ta-da! Has that worked? When the world. Has that worked? Seems okay now? Okay. Perfect. Giving it the all clear. Fingers crossed, touch wood. Okay, we're going to carry on while it's okay. So if that's fixed, then hopefully, like I said, the sound, the lighting, we might be there. Trisha, 4-week streak. Thank you for the stars. So, as I was saying, we've got new stock on the website. I'm trying to update everything as quick as I possibly can. So there's new stock on the website. We're not live on Friday the 28th, so that's this Friday coming up. We're not live then. There's a few spaces open for tonight, so if you would like to order, you can book in for tonight. There's only a few available though, so I will try and keep an eye on it and give you an update when that closes. Okay, so oh, excuse me, that was a yawn and a half. They always sneak up on me. We're going to jump straight in with it for tonight, and then we'll see how that goes. Just grab some tea. So, up first today is our mystery person. So, I am looking for a Vicky Dunn. Vicky, are you here? I know, I've got a little bit of S Club in my head. Okay, Tara. No, Lisa, that's fine. Just let me know when it's your turn. Vicky, hello, hello, hello. So, Vicky, I have a message for you. So I'm going to read this message. It says, Happy birthday, Vicky. Thank you for all your help and support over the last couple of months. Love you always, Carol. So that's happy birthday, Vicky. Thank you for all the help and support over the last couple of months. Love you always, Carol. Okay, so Vicky, that means you've got one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Now, I will say there's only a few mystery oysters left for tonight. Then we've got to wait for my delivery to come, which should be here, started this week, so then it should be okay. So I've got I've got all of the oysters available, but just a few mystery. Caroline, thank you for the stars. What do you think? Hello, Jessica. Mystery and donate, of course. Let me grab the mystery bag for you. Is there a certain colour, Vicky, that you'd be hoping for? Okay, so let's go down. Your mystery oyster got quite a nice pop there. And in here, there's a little bit of flesh there, but you can see there's no pearls on that side. So in here, I can see straight away you have a two-tonal lemon yellow. So that's two-tonal with lighter and slightly darker areas going around the pearl there. There's no more in that one. So if I hold this yellow up for you, Vicky, so you can have a closer look. Now, if you're happy with this one, that's perfect. However, if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So that's just going to be up to you to let me know what you think and what you would like to do. Just gonna there we go. If I pop him on the board for you, your yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Vicky, what do you think to that one? So you've got a two-tonal yellow. 8.5. You love it. Perfect. Let me bring you back up again. So that yellow is yours then, Vicky, my lovely. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. That's safe on there, and then that's up there for you. And Vicky, from us, I hope you've had a brilliant birthday as well. Yes, I think I may have put Friday the 23rd. So I did mean Sunday the 23rd because we're not live Friday the 28th. So if that's the case, I do apologise. It must have just been one of those moments while I was typing it out. So I do apologise for that. So up next is Kathy Anderson. Kathy, are you here? Hi, Jasmine. Hello. Kathy, hello, hello, hello. Okay, so you have a 4 pearl oyster and then 1, 2, 3, 4 additional oysters as well. So if I grab your 4 pearl oyster, what 4 other oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? So your 4 pearl oyster, just going to get him open. That's right, admin, thank you. Amanda, thank you for the stars there, my lovely. Keep your shells and Rainbow Mystery. And what are your choices? Okay, so we've got your 4 pearl oyster, you've got 4 other choices. The mystery is a mix of all the colours. You've got New Rainbow, which is a darker rainbow colour, Expand the Rainbow, which is lighter rainbow colour, and then you've got the normals bag. So basically, 4 choices. Would you like mystery, which is a mix of everything, dark rainbow colours, light rainbow colours, or the normals bag, which is the more normal natural colours? One of each, Kathy, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so 1 mystery, 1 expand the rainbow, 1 new rainbow. Sorry, they're all behind me because while we're Dizzy Treasure Wheels here, I can't reach behind the wheel up high, so I've popped them down low. Didn't sound too right. Right, okay, so you'd like to keep all of these shells. Let me get these open. If you was hoping on a mystery, Lisa, and if they are gone, you can, if you don't mind waiting, you can move your opening to a night when the mystery oysters are here. Like I say, I do believe they're coming towards the start of the week, so I actually, fingers crossed, that they'll be here for Tuesday's live. So if you're happy to do that, if they're gone, I can do that for you. Or if you're happy to pick a different oyster, then that's fine as well. But just let me know, and then I can make that note for you. So let's go down. Anne, thank you for the stars there. So, Kathy, we're going to start with your mystery oyster. You can see all your oysters here. Okay, so we have a softer pop there. And there's your water repel. Now I am going to be cleaning the shells as we go. So in here I can see a little bit of a peeper through the flesh towards the side. And you have a pastel yellow. You have a pastel yellow, my lovely. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so if I hold this pearl up so you can have a closer look, Kathy. So starting with a pastel yellow. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning. And you're twinning with darker silver twins there. And there's no more in that one. And again, I'm just going to be cleaning these shells as you go, so please bear with me. Okay, and again, I'm going to pop your silver twins straight in the sand here next to that pastel yellow, and I'll hold it up so you can have a closer look. Okay, so pastel yellow and dark silver twins. Moving on to oyster number 3. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a pinky rose gold, and there's no more in that one. So you have a pinky rose gold. Now this looks like it's come from your normal natural oyster. I'd say that the silver twins have come from the new rainbow oyster, which should mean we've got the expand the rainbow oyster and the 4 pearl quadding oyster left, Kathy. So again, I'm just cleaning up the shells for you. And if I hold up your pinky rose gold, oh, he's got like a darker spot to him there. And then moving on to your next oyster. There's one side and the other side. And this is your 4 pearl quadding oyster, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's no more in that one. So again, I'm just going to clean the shells up for you. Then I'll go through all 4 of those colours, Kathy. Okay, so we have a sunshine yellow, a coral, a icy blue, and a grape purple. So if I pop these in the sand and hold them up so you can have a closer look, you've got a icy blue, coral, sunshine yellow, and grape purple. And then moving on to your last oyster, which will be your Expand the Rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning, and you're twinning with two-tonal apple green twins, Kathy. So again, I'm just going to take the flesh off here for you, and then you can let me know what you think and what you would like to do. Now, if you would like to take a screenshot of all of these colours, you can then email me with what colours you'd like where, if you find that easier. And that way I'm not rushing you to pick your colours or even have your colour swaps or anything like that. If you know now, I can write it down for you as well. So that's going to be up to you what you would prefer to do. So I'm going to go through them all, and then you can let me know what you think. You've got a pastel yellow, twinning silvers, pinky rose gold, grape purple, sunshine yellow, coral, icy blue, and slightly two-tonal apple greens. Now I'm just going to hold them there for you. So if you would like to take a screenshot, you can do so. Excuse me. And if we pop them on the board, your lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Silver twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Silver twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. So the twins are slightly different sizes there. Pinky rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Your grape purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Your sunshine yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Your coral's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. And the icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. Then apple green number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. Apple green number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Kathy, what do you think to all of those? So if you know which colours you'd like where, oh, you can email. Perfect. So let me bring you back up. When you email me, there we go. When you email me, if you could include your 5-digit invoice order number, and then of course what colours you'd like to go where. And if you would like any colour swaps, include that as well. And then that way I can get that, excuse me, all booked in for you. Now I'm just going to wrap up your shells. You'll have to have a couple of parcels. There's lots of shells there. Be an auctioneer. A lot of people have said that. I'm just used to saying those numbers, that's all. With practice, anybody could reel it off that quickly. So again, I'm just wrapping up these shells for you. I can have a look to see if there's space on the order list if you give me a moment. Okay, let me just pop your name on here. Perfect. Kathy, then I look forward to your email so I can get that all booked in for you. Your shells are nicely safely wrapped up as well, and that's up there for you. So I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay, let's have a look to see if there's space on today's order list. Yes, there is. Okay, up next then this evening, let me come back to the comments. Up next then this evening we have Margaret Chappell. Margaret, are you here? We're in my office. I've had an office built, so it's still at my home, but we've had the office built in the garden. Yeah, for the office. Margaret, hello, hello, hello. The ceiling does look low. It's lower than a normal room ceiling. I'd still say it's at least 8 foot. That cabinet's like 7 foot. So then we've got the bit on top. So it's at least an 8 foot ceiling. I mean, I can touch it if I stand up and put my arms up. But it's high enough, if that makes sense. Okay, so Margaret, my lovely, you have a 4 pearl oyster and 2 additional oysters. What 2 additional oysters would you like? I'm going to grab your 4 pearl oyster here. And what 2 additional oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, Suzanne, I hope you have a lovely time. Yes, Cheryl, you can. Mystery, if they're available. I do believe so. How many do you have? You have 2, which is the last 2 mystery oysters for the night. So there's no more mysteries after this. So Margaret, you've got your 2. So if anybody did have their heart on a mystery oyster, I can move you to a different live. I do apologise. Okay, so let's go down. Donate the shells. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for? We'll start with your mystery oysters. So the first one has a softer pop there. And in here, a little bit of flesh there, but you can see there's no pearls on that side. I can, however, see a slight peeper in here. I can see a darker Cadbury purple. And there's no more in that one. So you have a darker Cadbury purple there, my lovely. And then moving on to mystery oyster number 2. Hoping for black cherries, Margaret. Okay. Oh, beautiful pop with that one. And in here, there's the mother of pearl. And let's have a squidge in. Oh, and you have a pearl that's popped out. You have a sea green popped out there. Let me have a squidge in here as well. And there's no more in that one. So you've got a dark Cadbury purple and a sea green from your mystery oysters. And then moving on to your 4 pearl quadding oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you are quadding. And you have a black cherry there. There's no more in that one. So there is a black cherry, and you are hoping for black cherries. Excuse me. Now, let me just dry these up for you. And I'm going to pop them all in the sand so you can have a closer look. We have a black cherry, a grape purple, a Pepsi blue, and a blush pink. Margaret, what do you think to all of these? Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. I'll just need to know which ones you'd like where. And if you're not happy, do let me know and I can swap them for you. So Cadbury purple, sea green, black cherry, grape purple, Pepsi blue, so that's a darker Pepsi blue, and a blush pink. Let me pop them on the board for you. So your darker Cadbury purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Your sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Your black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The grape purple's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Darker Pepsi blue's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he is a 6.5. Again, Margaret, if you'd like time to think, you can take a screenshot and email me your choices over. Oh, no, keep the green and the purple. Swap the pink to another black cherry, and then you'd like black cherries on the jewellery. Okay, let me see if I've got a matching black cherry for you. It may be that I might need to match it off of the live, just because as you can see, I've got lots of different shades and colours, so I will be able to. There's definitely not going to be a wait. It's just a case of matching your one. So yeah, if that's okay, I'm going to match it off the live, my lovely, but I do definitely think we'll be able to. It's just a case of going through doing that. I hope that's okay. Let me just bring you back up. And I'm just going to write that down. So we're going to have the black cherry on here. And we're going to swap the pink to match black cherry. Just confirm for Margaret if that is okay. Yes, that's okay. Perfect. Okay, so let me just pop all of these pearls in here for you then, Margaret, my lovely. Why do I measure them? Sometimes, Ryan. So some items of the jewellery do suit different sizes. Some people prefer to have the larger pearls. Some people prefer to have smaller pearls. If it's for earrings, obviously having the same size pearls, so you've got matching. Yeah, and it's just interesting. I like doing it, and yeah, so it's always been done. Lots of different reasons. Margaret, my lovely, thank you for the donations with your shells. All of that's on there for you. And like I say, there's not going to be a wait with the swap. It can get done straight away for you. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay. And up next then is Lynn Gaskins. Lynn, are you here? It's actually, I'm getting really used to it now, Julie. I've got a I've got a massive roll of bubble wrap under the desk, which I'm using as a footrest at the moment, because supporters will know I've done a sort of a spin of the office for the supporters. So I've got, well, 3, but one of them's smaller now, massive rolls of bubble wrap. So if you keep seeing me wiggle, it's just because I'm getting comfy. Oh, bless you, Ryan. Not a problem. Ask any questions. If I can answer, I will. There's loads of helpful people on here as well who've been watching a while. So they're very, very kind and answer things for me as well. If I see something that's incorrect, I do try and pop up, but that's not normally the case. And I don't get to see all comments. Lynn, hello. Okay, so Lynn, you have you have 2 Dizzy Treasures, first ones of the evening. So we'll spin twice and then we'll do the openings for them afterwards, if that's okay. So please ignore the mess down here. It's just packaging stuff. You can see boxes and stuff. Okay, so Lynn, my lovely, spin number 1. The purple board will be back, don't worry. It's over there, but it will be coming back. Lynn, spin number 1. And you have number 1. So number 1 is a charm of your choice, and that's with 2 oyster openings. So that means any charm on the website, Lynn, completely your choice. You get to pick. You've already told me the fitting you'd like here. So once you've made that choice, I'll just need to email with the order number, what charm you would like, and then of course what colour on that charm, because you're going to have 2 oyster openings. We'll do those in a minute to go with that. And then moving on for your second spin. Good luck again. And you have number 10. So as you can see, it's not clicked over. You have number 10. And number 10 is 2 crystal heart charms. So they are Swarovski crystal heart charms. And that's with 2 oyster openings as well. So Lynn, altogether that's 3 charms, 4 openings. Regarding all of the charms, so one of them's any charm, completely your choice. The other ones are 2 Swarovski crystal heart charms. So basically, we've got loads of different colours. I'll need to know what colours you would like. If all of them are this fitting, that's absolutely fine. However, if you'd like different fittings on them, do include that in the email as well. And then, of course, which colour pearls you'd like where. Lynn, I hope you're happy with those. So you've got 4 oyster openings of those. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? 1, Suzanne, bless you. Thank you for the stars. 11-week streak. 3 and 4. Squidgy Pop videos, Samantha, normally go on the supporters hub page. However, if you scroll down the Pearls of Brecon page, it will show it there as well, but only supporters will be able to see it. I hope that makes sense. If it helps, I'll make a folder just for supporters videos, and that way you guys can find them a lot more easily. I'll do that. That's fine. So Lynn, I've opened up the 4 oysters here. Let's go down. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And are there certain colours that you're hoping for? Oyster number 1. I'm fine, thank you, Tracy. How are you? There's one side and the other side. Donate the shells, Lynn. Perfect. Now in oyster number 1, you have a blurple. There's no more in that one. Now a blurple is a mix between a blue and a purple. So let me hold him up so you can have a closer look. So first pearl is a Blairpool. Moving on to your second oyster, again from the surprise bag. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning. Excuse me. There's no more in that one. Now, one of these is definitely a dark purple. So this one here is definitely a dark purple. His twin, however, is a purple oil slick. So as you can see here, it's a base purple. Then as we go around, you can see the greens and the blues as well. Yeah, let me just see if I can get it to focus. Oh, I moved just as it came through. There we go, greens, blues and purples. Again, if I hold it against the black, it may help as well. I don't know if I'm getting that shown, but you've got a purple based oil slick with those twins. Moving on to oyster number 3. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a lighter silver. There's no more in that one. So again, I'm just going to dry him up for you. And here is your silver. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is from your surprise bag. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are ending with twins. Oh, that was not right. Twinning. Twins does not sound right. You have got lighter, brighter, I'm going to say purple. They don't really have the blue in them. So you have the purple twins here, Lynn. So again, I'm just going to dry these up for you and I'll pop them all in the sand. Okay, so if I go through these for you, you have a Blairpool, dark purple twin, and then a purple based oil slick twin, a silver and purple twins. Oh, I'm going to say lighter purple twins. Now, Lynn, if you would like to take a screenshot of these, that way when you email me with your charm choices and your colours, you can have this to refer back to if that helps at all. If not, you can write down the timestamp, which at the moment would be 43 minutes into the live. So then go back a couple of minutes to see the openings if that helps. So if I pop these on the board for you, my lovely, your Blairpool is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The purple twin is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The purple based oil slick is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. So they're actually measuring at different sizes there. Your silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And then your light purple number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. And purple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8 as well. Lynn, my lovely, I hope you're happy with all of those. So just a reminder, I'll need to know what any charm you would like, pearl colour and fitting, what 2 Swarovski crystal heart coloured charms you'd like, fitting and pearl choice for those as well. Let me bring you back up. And of course, please include the order number, Lynn, in that email, because then that way I can allocate your email to the correct order if that's okay. Just popping these on here. Okay, perfect. Thank you for the donations of your shells as well. And that's safe up there for you. Oh, bless you, Samantha. Oh, tea. Thank you, Bab. Would you be able to put that on charge for me?
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, Lynn. Well, I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives. Thank you for the tea. And up next is Lisa Henschel. Lisa, are you here? Yes, there. Oh, yes, there is, Linda. Lots of new items. One of my favourite are the new earrings that are on there. The like star with the moon with all the crystal. Oh, love them. I definitely posted it. Supporters, I'll see if I can find it and I'll share it into the Squidgy Pops group so you guys can see. If not, I'll just go live again. Perfect, Lynn, thank you. I'm looking for Lisa Henschel. Lisa, are you here? My name is Brecken. Yup, yup, yup. Okay, so Lisa, if you're here, please type "I'm invisible." It'll bring your order. It'll bring your. Let me start again. Lisa Henschel, if you're here, please type "I'm invisible." It'll bring your comment forward so I can see you, or comment on your own comment. Or if anybody else sees Lisa's, please comment on her comment because again, it will bring it forward so I can see. There we go. Yep, Kerry, not a problem. I will do an updated order list once I get to the end of this order list. Let me just have a look. Yeah, that's fine. Lisa, hello, hello, hello. Okay, so Lisa, we'll do your normal opening first and your Dizzy Treasure afterwards, if that's okay. So you have one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Yeah, these are the heart hoop earrings on the website. So you can type in heart hoop earrings, it'll come up in the search bar. Or if you go to earrings, they're alphabetically listed and you can find them that way. Are they the crystal moon earrings? I thought they were something like that. See, with new stock, it takes me a while to learn the names. There's so many items on the website, I can't remember all of them. But I do try to familiarize myself with it all. Expand the rainbow and donate the shells. Of course you can. Lisa, is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? Let's get him open. And let's go down. So your expand the rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here You are twinning. You are twinning with Sunshine Yellow Pearls, Lisa. Let me dry these up for you and I'll hold them up so you can see. So you've got Sunshine Yellow Pearls here. If I pop them in the sand for you. So visually it does look like you've got a slightly larger yellow than a slightly smaller yellow there. I will measure them for you in a moment to see if they are, or to see what sizes they are for you. You was hoping for any orange. So if you're not happy with these, I can swap one or both of them for you. What do you think? Lynn, your timestamp was 43 minutes, my lovely. So if you go back to around 40 minutes on this live, you'll be able to see that. I hope that helps. So Lisa, if I pop these on the board, the visually smaller of the two is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And then Sunshine Yellow, the visually larger, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Lisa, if you're happy with those, would you like the larger or the smaller on the jewellery? And like I say, if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. That perfect. Let me bring you back up. Do you have a preference in size or don't you mind? Larger, please. Perfect. Okay, so I've got that down for you. You then have a dizzy treasure. So good luck with your dizzy treasure spin. I hope you get what you're hoping for. Oh, it hasn't clicked over, which means you have number 2. Let me write this down. So number 2 is a set pendant. Sorry, I just hit the mic then if you heard a I didn't mean to. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that. Lisa, you have number 2, which is a set pendant of your choice with 1 oyster opening. So what that means is any pendant that's on the website, completely your choice, which isn't a cage pendant and which holds 1 pearl. So there's the vast majority of the pendants on there fill that category. Completely your choice. You get to pick one. If you could email, I can't speak today, sorry. If you could email me over that choice with, and I've already got your chain length here with your order number, then I can get that all booked in for you, Lisa. I hope you're happy with that. So that one comes with 1 oyster opening. We'll do that now for you. So your surprise oyster. Let's go down. So your surprise oyster, my lovely. Well, exactly, Samantha. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a blush pink, and there's no more in that one, which means, Lisa, so for your pendant, this blush pink pearl will be going on him. So I hope you're happy with that, and I hope you find something which obviously suits this pearl beautifully. I love doing it this way around. You're sort of picking the jewellery for the pearl opposed to picking the pearl for the jewellery. Does that make sense? If I pop him on the board for you, your blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, Not a 7.5. He is an 8. Let me bring you back up again. Lisa, I hope you're happy with that one. Let me pop him in here. Ooh. And on here as well. Keeps freezing. Let me message. It doesn't show my end, so normally if it drops out slightly, I can see the stream quality, if that makes sense. It hasn't dropped out my end, so I don't know if that's going to be me or if that's a Facebook thing with the freezing now. I'm just messaging Techie Man, my lovely husband, just so he can just have a look as well. So in for my birthday we did an Amazon wish list, didn't we? And I put this on there, which is the Carmex Moisture Lip Balm Cherry. I've never had this one before. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Sorted now? Perfect. So yeah, it may have just been that it dropped out there. Normally, like I say, I don't know if you saw, I can see the stream quality and it didn't dip down for me. So I don't think it was on my end with that one. But do keep me posted if it does it again. So Lisa, my lovely, I will look forward to your email with your order number and what set pendant you would like, and then I can get that all booked in for you. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and that's safe up there for you. Normal now, perfect. I don't know what that was then. Okay, up next then this evening is Angela Colley. Angela, are you here? Oh, Lindsay. Lindsay, you are up next, my lovely. Have I got it down the wrong way? No, I think you just ready, wasn't you, Lindsay? I am looking for Angela Colley up first. Lindsay, you're up next, my lovely. I hope that's okay. It is raining. I can hear it's not a large amount of rain. So obviously I can hear the rain here, but it's definitely raining. So I'm looking for Angela Colley. Angela, are you here? Okay, so Angela Colley, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. If anybody else sees Angela's comments, please comment on that comment because again, it will bring it forward so I can see. Are we having heat waves soon, Sharon, are we? I'm one of those people that prefer the rain and prefer the cooler weather. I love autumn. Autumn is me. Love it. But yeah, I'm one of those who prefer the cooler weather. So heat waves to me, I hide a bit. Don't hate me. Okay, so I haven't seen Angela We're going to move on. If she does come, we can add her in again, but it will be to the end of the order list there. Okay, so up next then is Lindsay. Lindsay, let me scroll up and see if I can grab that comment from you, what you just posted. That way it saves you typing it out again. Where are we? We do, Lindsay. Hello, hello, hello. So can we have 3 new oysters? Hoping for an oil slick, or maybe join the 9 club. That sounds fun, and you get one of our 9 club badges as well. Okay, so you've got 3 openings, 3 new rainbow oysters, and did we say about? Let me just scroll back up. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, my lovely? 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so let's get these open. Donate the shells, perfect, thank you. So Lindsay, let's go down. Your new rainbow oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in here, there's no more in that one. So let me dry this up for you. Now he looks like he's a dark chocolatey silver. Let me hold him up so you can see. So he is a dark chocolatey silver. You can see those 2 tones coming through. Then moving on to new rainbow oyster number 2. Have we frozen again, have we? I'm just going to pause for a moment. Okay, so it's for some people and for not for others. Think it's the bad weather. It possibly may be. Let me just type out if it freezes, but not for everyone. Please, those who have froze, if you can go out and come back in again, that should sort the problem. Okay, so Lindsay, moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning, and you're twinning with 2-tonal Pepsi and Smurf blues there. Now I haven't seen if you're hoping for any certain colours, but let me show you these ones. So blue number 1 has got lighter and darker blue, so Pepsi and Smurf blue as you go around there. And then blue number 2 is the same. Now visually I think this is possibly slightly smaller, but has those same markings. Perfect. Then moving on to your last oyster, which again is your new rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. Oh, Lindsay, you are twinning for a second time. One pearl's popped up there. I tried to pull it around so you could see. And there is your other. You are twinning with silver pearls. And there's no more in that one. So these are darker silver pearls, my lovely. Again, let me just dry these up for you. And I'll pop them in the sand. Now, what do you think to all of these? You've got that dark chocolatey silver. You've got your twinning Smurf blue and Pepsi blue twins. And then you've got twinning dark silvers as well. Now, Lindsay, if you're happy with these, do let me know which ones you'd like where, and then I can get those. That's perfect. But if you would like to swap, I can do that for you as well. So the chocolatey silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Twin blue number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Twin blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. So they are measuring different sizes there. Silver twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And silver twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. So again, they're measuring at slightly different sizes to each other. Lindsay, what do you think to all of these? Brian, I'm not sure on that one. I know how much a tip would be my end, but I actually think for you it's slightly different prices. I obviously never ever ask anyone to send stars. However, if you'd like to know more information about it, it is a Facebook thing. If you click the stars at the bottom next to the comment box, it will pop up, and then that should give you more information. It is or obviously just look into it via Facebook. So I'm not sure on the cost of them because, like I say, it's slightly different to what the tip would be, if that makes sense. Okay, so Lindsay, let me know what you think you'd like to do with these colours, my lovely. Today, Kathy, no, we haven't had any so far. We had one on the live on Friday. Janice, bless you. Thank you for the stars. There will be a waiting list for both, Lindsay. So if you're happy to wait, that's absolutely fine. Let me pop this down. So we're going to have the chocolate silver on there. Then we're going to swap both silver twins, one for an oil slick and one for a midnight blue. Now there is a wait on both the oil slick and midnight blue. I don't know how long the wait would be, but I'll try to keep you updated if it is a long wait via email. That will be on the email address that's on this order form, Lindsay. Okay, but I've got all of that down for you then. And let me pop these on here. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Oh, Lisa, bless you. Thank you for the stars. 18-week streak. For the oil slicks, Siobhan, if you think about it, I do open oysters sometimes to get colours, to sort of hopefully get colours for the colour swaps. However, oil slicks are quite rare to come out, and also people don't often swap them out. So to be on a waiting list for an oil slick, to be honest, it could be up to a couple of months. That's the one colour. Like the midnight blue, I imagine a week, 2 weeks possibly, but the oil slicks, it is slightly longer. And that's what I mean. I do try to keep you updated, especially if there's more than one person on the waiting list, which there is at the moment. It's just, yeah. So if you would like one, you sort of have to be dedicated for the wait for one, if that makes sense. But there's nothing else I can do other than opening all of my oyster stock, which obviously then doesn't help any situation. You're on the waiting list for Smurf Blue. Perfect, Lindsay. If that changes with that, then do let me know if you'd like to change to be on the waiting list with that Smurf Blue. But if you're still happy with those, then that's absolutely fine. But let me know in an email, please, with the order numbers it relates to. Okay, perfect. So up next then is Sarah Slater. Sarah, are you here? Very, very welcome, Lindsay. I think it is. I can hear my wind picking up here, actually. If somebody said there was a storm in Coventry, Northamptonshire is not too far from Coventry, and my wind's picking up, so it may be heading over to me. Sarah, it's good your end. Perfect, because you're up next, my lovely. You have a dizzy treasure. I hope you get what you're hoping for. Good luck. And you have number 14. So number 14 is a set pendant of your choice with 2 oyster openings. Again, I just hit the mic. I'm ever so sorry. I've got to get used to it with it being there. So that's any pendant that's on the website that is not a cage pendant and has 1 pearl on the pendant. You get to pick from those. So I hope you're happy with that choice, Sarah. Once you've made your decision, if you could pop me an email over with your order number, what pendant you would like, then of course, because you've got 2 oyster openings, what colour you'd like on that pendant as well. I hope you're happy with that. So 2 oyster openings, would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Let me get these open for you. And let's go down. No, Sue, but it's got to be in here. So I'll have another look around, but no, I haven't found it as of yet. But this wheel, for example, stopped on number 10 earlier, so it's not affecting it's stopping on those numbers at all. Okay, so oyster number 1, Sarah. Donate the shells, perfect. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you are twinning. And you're twinning with TARDIS blue pearls there. There's no more in that one. So twinning TARDIS blue pearls. I'm going to pop them straight in the sand for you. And then moving on to oyster number 2, which again is your new rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you are twinning for a second time. And you're twinning with darker chocolate twins. Okay, so again, let me dry these up for you, Sarah. And I'm going to hold them up so you can have a closer look, which means you get to pick 1 set pendant. And you've got 4 pearls to choose from to go on to that set pendant. Now, the other 3 pearls, they are yours. It's just, of course, only one of them goes on the pendant there. I hope you're happy with those. So I'm just going to hold them still in case you'd like to take a screenshot to refer back to. So you've got one, what looks like one slightly lighter and darker TARDIS blue twins, and then you've got chocolate twins as well. If I pop them on the board for you, Sarah, chocolate twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Chocolate twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. The slightly lighter of the blues is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the slightly darker of the blues is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. Brought you back up there. Sarah, I hope you're happy with those. Yeah, I can hear that the rain's picked up slightly as well. If it starts hammering it down, you may then hear the rain. So hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, that may be the case. Sarah, my lovely, thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and that's safe over there for you. Which way is left? I saw someone say they thought they saw it fly off to the left. I'm guessing it's not that way, because you guys are seeing a mirror image, it always confuses me with which way round you're seeing. So that way is obviously the wall. So I'm guessing even if it went that way, it would have ricocheted off and still went over there. But over there, there's nothing down there. So I don't know. Sarah, you're very, very welcome. Right, up next this evening is Janice Day. Janice, are you here? Towards me, Jackie. Well, unless it sort of then went under the desk, because I have like boxes and packing boxes and stuff under the desk, so I'll pull those out tomorrow. So unless it somehow came and went under, but it's definitely not over there because there's nothing on the floor to be hidden to sort of hide it. Does that make sense? Janice, hello, 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 hello. Janice, my lovely, you have one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Just need to... Or I suppose it could have went in an oyster bag because the oyster bags are just here. Should I inspect the oyster bags? New, Janice. Perfect. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? I can't see anything there. New and donate. Perfect. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? It's the it's this one. So see these pegs? It's this peg. That peg. Okay, so Janice, let's go down. Your new rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here we have a darker pearl there. There's no more in that one. Nope, wrong way. Donating the shells. Okay, so let me just dry this up for you and we can have a close look to see what colour this would be. He's a slightly two-tonal gunmetal grey, so he's just got slightly lighter and darker areas to him as we go around the pearl there. Janice, what do you think to this one? Now, if you're happy with this one, that's perfect. However, if you're not happy, I can swap him for you. So that's going to be completely up to you what you think and what you would like to do. Your two-tonal gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Swap for a coral? Of course you can. That's the first swap of the night. Okay, so that's quite a nice bright coral here. Let me hold him up so you can have a closer look. Would you be happy with that one there? Would you be happy with that one there? That's perfect. Okay, let me bring you back up again. Perfect, Janice. Okay, so I hope you'll be happy with that and happy with everything once it arrives. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. That's safe on there. And then that's up there for you. So like I say, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And up next is Janet Perling. Janet Perling, are you here? Thank you, Ivy. Janice, I'm glad you're happy, my lovely. So I'm looking for Janet Perling. Are you here? At the live, Samantha? If so, we noticed it towards the end. Jan, hello. You've sent an email with loyalty card to expand the rainbow, hoping for a pink. Bear with me a moment. Let me just type your email in to bring up. Yes, of course you can. That is perfect. So altogether you've got 2 openings. Let me just send this back so we know that that's ticked off. Perfect. And let me bring comments back as well. So what did we say? Thank you, Taylor. Sorry, it's Talia. Sorry, my lovely. So expand the rainbow, hoping for a pink. Okay, would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Number 1 and that one's okay. So number 1, that one, however, he's gone a bit funky. Can you see that? So we're going to actually pop him to the side. And number 2, no, the peg's not in that one either. Sort of grabbing a look each time we have a look in the bags. Okay, so there's 1 and 2. So Jan, hoping for a pink, donate the shells. Perfect. Let's go down. Your expand the rainbow oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And you are hoping for a pink. You've got a pink, my lovely. There's no more in that one. You have a blush pink to start with. Let me hold him up so you can have a closer look. Beautiful blush pink to start with there. And then moving on to oyster number 2, which again is your Expand the Rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning, and you're twinning with Icy Blue twins. And let me pop this in here. Okay, so Jan, what do you think to these? You've got a blush pink and twinning Icy Blues. Now again, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. Let me know which one you'd like on the jewellery. If you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So that's completely up to you what you would like to do. So blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Then Icy Blue number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And Icy Blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. So the blues are slightly different sizes there. Just let me know what you think and what you'd like to do. Oh, sorry, went a bit high, as in high with the dish. Just over a week. So not long in the new office. Not long at all. Still having a few teething issues, but I think we're getting them, touch wood, all worked out quite quickly now. Oh, really, Samantha? Oh. Oops. Swap the darker Icy Blue for a light purple and invoice for a large lobster clip. Pink majority, the other Icy Blue loose. Okay, so just have a look at this purple here and see if that's okay for me. So blue at the bottom is almost swapping out. That purple I've added in, and then I'm just going to write this down for you. So we're going to have the pink on here, and then invoice for a lobster fitting on the purple. So if that's all correct, just let me know. Again, I'll just hold this up so you can have another look at the colours there. And if that is correct, the invoice will get sent through tomorrow for you. And it will go to the email address that's on the order form, okay? That's perfect, perfect. Let me bring you back up. And pop this in here. Okay, so Jan, my lovely, thank you for the donations with your shells. And that's safe up there for you. I don't know what's going on there. It works just as well. So yeah, the wheel's still usable, so it's fine. Up next is Lisa Melican. Lisa Melican, are you here? You're on the list twice. Ah, so you are. Same name and address. That's perfect. Nunu Rainbow Oyster and a natural. Donate your shells. Perfect. So let me just pop this on here. We'll do your Dizzy Treasure in a moment. So Nunu Rainbow Oyster. Oh, another funky one. And that was a hiccup. I do apologise. Oh no, another funky one. There we go, this one's fine. And then the normal oyster. So what happens with the funky ones is they still get opened. They just get opened outside, and then the pearls from them go into my swap pots. Okay. So let's get this open. Donating the shells. Lisa, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? Let's go down. So this is your Nunu Rainbow Oyster. There's one side and the other side. Oh, and I can see straight away you have a black cherry there. There's no more in that one. Oh, Samantha, I love that. And I saw the teapot as well. I loved it. Lisa, here is your black cherry to start with. You'll know when you see them. Okay, so we'll go from there. And then moving on to your normal natural oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you have a bridal white, and there's no more in that one. So you've got a black cherry and a bridal white. Lisa, what do you think to these colours? Now, if you're not happy with these, I can swap them for you. If you are happy, that's perfect. So it's going to be completely up to you what you would like to do. If I pop them on the board, the black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Perfect, you love it, perfect. Okay, so let me just bring you back up again. And if I pop these in here, you then have a Dizzy Treasure as well. So regarding your Dizzy Treasure, I hope you get what you're hoping for. Let's give him a spin. And you're smack bang with number 5. And number 5 is £40 to spend on the website, which means, so the Dizzy Treasures are £30. Now you've got £40, so that's an extra £10 you can spend on the website. I hope you're happy with that, Lisa. How it works is tomorrow you'll get an email from us with a code which you can use on the website. Now you can use it straight away, or you can save it. There's not an expiry date on it. So it's up to you, completely up to you. So you'll get that email tomorrow to the email address that's in the order form with your £40 code. Lisa, I do hope you're happy with that, my lovely. Perfect. That's safe up there for you. And thank you for the donations with your shells as well. Banana split. I haven't had one of those in years. I am in my new office, yes. And to expand the business, I needed more space. That's one reason why we're in the office. One of many. Two, my children are getting older, so it's nice for them to have the run of the house now while I can obviously do the lives and stuff. There's lots and lots and lots of reasons I can go on. Okay, so can we have? Sorry, I missed that. It's not letting me see the thread, so I'm just going to try and scroll up and see if it came through that way. Oh, can you have lobster fittings on both of those? Of course you can. Again, that email will get sent over tomorrow for you, okay? Okay, perfect. And again, that's safe up there for you, Lisa. Okay, and up next then this evening is Kerry Halford. Kerry, are you here? Kerry Halford, are you here? Kerry, hello. Normal oyster, donate the shells. Of course you can. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So your normal oyster. Yes, I have loads and loads of natural light. Yes. And Aaron still brings me tea. Okay, so let's go down. Is there a certain colour you're hoping for, Kerry? Your normal natural oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you are twinning. There's nothing on that side. It just flipped over as I picked this one up. So let me pop those out and have a squidge in here. Looking for bridal white for the charm. Kerry, it is your lucky night, my lovely. Now, let me just dry these up for you. Now, one's a bridal white and one's got a slight pinky tone to him. So one's a bridal white, one's a slight natural pink. So hopefully you can see the difference. So this one's a bridal white, and this one, if I hold him up, he's got some pink to him. Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. Let me know which one you prefer on the jewellery. If you're not happy, I can swap them for you. The white of the two is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. So they are measuring at slightly different sizes there. Bridal white on the charm, of course you can. Let me bring you back up. And if I just write down, I'm going to have the white on there. Perfect. Thank you, Bab. You can get wet.
That's all good.
Thank you. Speaking of a drink, there we go. Sorry, someone just asked, do I still get my tea? Yes, thank you. Kerry, you also then have a dizzy. Do you want to pop your head in and say hello? Hello. you, Bev. Kerry, you also have a Dizzy Treasure. Is there anything in particular that you're hoping for? Good luck. And you have number 12. Okay, so number 12 is a charm of your choice with a 4-pearl oyster. So we'll do that 4-pearl oyster opening now. And then what I'll need you to do is email me with your 5-digit order invoice number and then what 4-pearl oyster you would like as well. And then I can get that all booked in for you. Love his hoodie. Thank you, Michelle. It's actually one of our hoodies. So I designed that hoodie and it will be on the website soon to purchase, and it comes in different colours and sizes. So he's got a white one and I've got a grey one as test, and it's all brilliant. So that's exciting. So Kerry, let's do your 4-pearl quadding oyster. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate these shells? And are there certain colours you're hoping for? So let's go down. It is very exciting. You know the charm you would like. Okay. So let's open up your 4-pearl oyster. I mean, Kerry, if you want to let me know now, I can have a look to see if it's available for you. There's one side and the other side. And in here, quadding. Donate the shells. Perfect, thank you. They've come out in a beautiful... I love that. Oh, and I ruined it. I love that they came out in a beautiful... sort of rolled into a line then. Right, let's dry these off and let's go through the colours for you. So we have a grape purple, a pinkle, a icy blue, and a darker gunmetal grey. Palette of Roses charm, lobster fitting, that's absolutely fine. Do you have a colour that you would like on that charm, Kerry? So, grape purple, pinkle, icy blue, and darker gunmetal grey. If I pop them on the board, the grape purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Your pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the darker gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. Now, let me just bring you back up while I have a look to see if I can book that in now for you. And then that way you don't have to email me. Now, I do think that one's available because that's one of our new products that are on the website today. Pink on the charm, the pinkle. Yep, I can book that in now for you. And you've already got down the lobster fitting here, so that's perfect. Okay, Kerry, you don't have to email me then. I've got that all down for you. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I just pop these all in here. Thank you very, very much for the donations with your shells. And I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. Okay. And up next then is Tiffany Gardner. Sorry, Tiffany Gardner, are you here? You're very, very welcome, Kerry. I'm being really cheeky. I asked Aaron for a hot chocolate. I normally have tea, but I really fancied a hot chocolate with milk as well. I feel really, really naughty. Oh, dear me. I'm looking for Tiffany Gardner. Tiffany, are you here? Oh, Tiffany, thank you, Chanel. That brought it forward there for me. So you have 3 openings altogether. Tiffany, what 3 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? It is very different to a banana split. You could have had a banana. Oh, I can't. I like ham, but I can't eat ham on its own. I'm one of those. Yeah, I could have ham in a sandwich, but to just pick up the ham, I can't do it. Tiffany, can we have one Nunu to expand and donate the shells? Of course we can. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So 1 and 2 with the Expand the Rainbow. Expand the Rainbow oysters are running slightly low now as well. I've got all oysters arriving, fingers crossed, tomorrow. So yeah, just letting you know that the Expand the Rainbow oysters are now running slightly low for tonight. Okay, so just getting these open for you. And let's go down. So, oyster number 1, Tiffany. Not sure on the colour. Okay, so we'll see what comes out and we'll go from there. There's one side. And the other side. And in your first oyster, you are twinning. And you're twinning with Pinkle twins. So a Pinkle is a mix between a pink and a purple. So these are pink with that slight purple overtone to them. Beautiful Pinkles to start with. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you have a lemon yellow. And there's no more in that one. So here is your lemon yellow. And then moving on to your last oyster, there's one side and the other side. And in here you have a Pepsi Blue. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so lemon yellow, twinning pinkles, and a Pepsi blue. Tiffany, what do you think to all of these? Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. I'll need to know which one you'd like on the jewellery. And if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So that's going to be completely up to you what you'd like to do. If I pop them on the board, the lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Pinkle twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Pinkle number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And then your Pepsi blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Bethany, I hope you enjoyed it. So we've got twinning pinkles, a lemon yellow, and a Pepsi blue. I do, Alison, my lovely. Are you trying to order with a code by any chance? Okay, so swap the others for a icy blue. Hot pink. And a reddish watermelon. Oh, okay. So just confirm for me if those swaps are okay, then I'll write that down for you. Icy blue, hot pink, watermelon. 3 at the bottom we're swapping out. Keep the Pepsi blue loose. So we're going to put invoice for icy blue, hot pink, and watermelon on the bracelet. And sea green. That's fine. Let me just grab a sea green for you. Okay. And then, so I'll just hold that up so you can see. And then you'd also like to be invoiced for pearls in order 20196 on bracelet. Okay, that will be done for you, my lovely. Let me bring you back up. So regarding the invoice, that normally gets sent through tomorrow. I'll just need to locate your other order as well before I can send that invoice over. That should be tomorrow. It just depends on where that order is in its process. Because if it's in, for example, a drilling process already, it may be easier to wait for it to come out before I then do that. So if you don't get the invoice tomorrow, please give it a day or so. So if you haven't got it then by Tuesday, say Tuesday afternoon, no, you should have it by Tuesday afternoon. I hope that's okay, Tiffany. Like I say, it should be tomorrow because I should just yeah, I hope that makes sense. Let me pop your pearls in here for you. And on here, thank you, Tiffany, as well for the donations with your shells. That's safe up there for you, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Yeah, if you've asked me to hold it, then I would definitely have held it. It just depends whereabouts in the process it is, that's all. If it was Friday's live, then hopefully, yeah, you'll get the invoice, my lovely. It's absolutely fine. Up next is Katya Sutherland. Katya, are you here? Samantha, thank you for joining us today, and thank you everyone who's here for joining us today. Katya, hello. So you have a 4 pearl oyster and 2 additional oysters as well. So I'll grab your 4 pearl oyster. What other 2 oysters would you like? So let me get this 4 pearl oyster open. What other 2 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Okay. Normals, donate the shells. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? Oh, we're going to go for these 2 because these 2 came out beautifully then. Let me get these open. There's 1 and 2. So Katya, let's go down. Normal oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in here, in your first oyster, you have a bridal white. There's no more in that one. So you have a bridal white to start with. Moving on to oyster number 2, which again is your normals oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you have another bridal white. There's no more in that one. So again, let me just clean this up for you and I'll hold them up so you can see. So that's 2 bridal whites there out of different oysters, possibly the same size as well there. We will measure them at the end. And then moving on to your last oyster, which is your 4 pearl quadding oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's no more in that one. And you have a autumn peach, Pepsi blue, icy blue, and a apple green. Katya, my lovely, what do you think to all of these? And if you're happy with these, which ones would you like on your jewellery? And of course, if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So you've got 2 bridal white pearls, you've got an autumn peach, an icy blue, Pepsi blue, and apple green. If I pop them on the board for you, bridal white number 1, it's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, here's a 7. bridal white number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. So they are measuring at the same size there. Autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Your icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Your Pepsi blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. And the apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Katya, what do you think to these, my lovely? Okay, so whites, let me write this down. So we're going to have the whites on there. Swap the blue for a matching autumn peach and the other blue and green for lighter watermelons. Annie, thank you. Did it say, did you match? Yes, matching autumn peach. It may be that I might have to match this off the live for you. I definitely think I'm going to be able to. It's just a matter of going through and getting, that's a different shade, getting the right shade and colour. So if it's okay with you, I'll match it off the live. Let me hold this up though for the watermelon so you can have a closer look and just confirm for me if you're happy with those. Which fittings would you like, and have you told me about it on the other order already? If not, do you know the order number? And if you don't know the order number, would you be able to email me about that order, because I won't know which one, if that makes sense, my lovely. So yes, that's absolutely fine. Let me just write this down though. So we're going to swap apple green to match the autumn peach. And then what fittings would you like? Let me bring you back up. That's safe on there for you. Hoop fittings. Hoop. And then invoice for rose golds from 20264 on hoops. Okay, I've got that down for you, my lovely. So that invoice will get sent through for you. I've got down obviously the whites and the jewellery. That's perfect. Katya, my lovely, then I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and that's safe up there for you. Okay, perfect. And up next is Vicky Ball. Vicky, are you here? Alison, if you've sent me an email, then I can have a look into that. Definitely, my lovely. I'm sorry I won't be able to do anything now while we're on the live, but I can definitely look into that for you. I do ship to Scotland, 100%. So I'm not sure what that would be. So I'm going to be doing an updated order list shortly. We're on the last 2 of this order list, and then I'll do the updated order list for those of you who have ordered while we've been on the live. Okay. So I'm looking for Vicky Ball. Vicky, are you here? Oh, bless you, Alison. Thank you for understanding. Okay, so Vicky, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward. So, oh, Vicky, I'm invisible. Perfect. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so Vicky, you have a dizzy treasure. Good luck, my lovely. I hope you get what you're hoping for. And you have number 10. Okay, so number 10 is 2 Swarovski crystal heart charms with 2 oyster openings. So Vicky, I'll need from you an email with what 2 Swarovski crystal heart charm colours you would like. Then of course what colours pearls you'd like on either charm. I hope you're happy with that, my lovely. You've got 2 oyster openings alongside that one. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And are there certain coloured pearls that you're hoping for? Let me get these open for you. There's 1 and 2. Let's go down. So Vicky, oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a darker purple. There's no more in that one. So let me hold up this darker purple to you. Almost like a darker, deeper bluey purple. Can you see that there? So it's blues and purples. Oh, keep the shells, not a problem. I'm just going to grab the oyster back to clean up there. Sorry, I was too fast with that one before I saw your comment. It's not a problem for you to keep them at all. Possibly hoping for a sea green. Okay, moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning, and there's no more in that one. So again, I'm just going to be taking the flesh off of here for you. And I'm just going to dry these up. So you're twinning with silvery chocolate pearls. Vicky, I hope you're happy with these. Now, if I hold these up for you, you can take a screenshot of these if you would like to. So then while you're looking through the Swarovski crystal heart colours, you can then refer back to your screenshot of your pearl colours. Oh, sorry, I've got a hiccup there. And if I pop these on the board, the bluey purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Chocolatey Silver number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. Let me bring you back up there. Vicky, I hope you're happy with those. So again, I'll need an email from you with your invoice order number, the 5-digit number, what 2 Swarovski crystal heart colours you'd like, and then what colour pearl you'd like on each of those colours. I do hope you're happy with those, my lovely. I'm just popping these in here for you. And I've just wrapped up the shells as well. And that's safe up there for you. Perfect. If you just heard that, that was my foot on the bubble wrap. It didn't sound too great, but I promise that was my foot on the bubble wrap. I'm now going to keep my feet still. Dearie me. You heard it. I promise you, it was the bubble wrap of my foot. I promise. I'm going to keep my feet still. Oh, right. Up next is Jutta Lehman. Jutta, are you here? Jutta Lehman, are you here? Here, hello. Expand the rainbow, donate the shells. So you do have 2 openings altogether. Are there? Oh, that's close. One of them's no, they're both bad to use. Okay, so these 3 are bad. That one's okay. So the least bad of the 3. This is completely pot luck. I'm going to go with this one. The Expand the Rainbows are gone for the evening. Okay, so just to expand the rainbows and donate the shells. Are there certain colours you're hoping for? Let's go down. So expand the rainbow oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a autumn peach. There's no more in that one. Here is the autumn peach. And then moving on to expand the rainbow oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a candy floss pink, and there's no more in that one. Okay, so you've got a autumn peach and a candy floss pink. It's not too bad, thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, it's not too bad. What do you think to these? Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. Just need to know which ones you'd like where. And if you're not happy, of course, I can swap them for you. So if I pop them on the board, autumn peach, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Candy Floss Pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. All the colours are fine. Perfect. So just confirm for me you're happy with those two on the jewellery. Okay, I've got that down for you. Okay, Jackie, 23, 24. I shall find it. I don't know where, but I'll find it. So just so you also have a Dizzy treasure. I hope you get what you're hoping for. Okay, so you have number 3. And number 3 is a ring of your choice with 1 oyster opening, which means you get to pick any ring that's on the website, which holds 1 pearl, you get to pick from. What I'll need you to do is pop me an email over with what ring you would like, and then with your order number as well, and then I can get that all booked in for you. We're going to swap the candy pink to match the peach, and then we're going to have the peaches on the jewellery. That's absolutely fine. I won't do it now, however, just because as we tried earlier with an autumn peach, they're harder to colour match, so I'm going to take my time. So I can definitely swap. There's not a weight on them, but I will swap it later on, just so I hope that's okay. So you've got number 3, which is any ring of your choice, which comes with 1 opening. If we grab your surprise oyster now. And let's go down. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you have a chocolate. There's no more in that one. So you have a chocolate pearl for your ring. Let me pop him in the sand for you. And if I hold him up, just so I hope you're happy with this one. And if I pop them on the board as well, your chocolate pearl is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He is a 7. And let me bring you back up. We'll do a part 2 after this opening, because it's the end of the order list, but I've obviously got to print off the other orders. We'll do a part 2. Thank you, Amy. So if you'd like to carry on watching, please join us for part 2. Be live in like 2 minutes time, and then that way it should sort out the comments, and of course I can print off these orders as well. Okay, just you love it. Perfect. That's safe up there for you. So I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and I'll look forward to your email. Now, like I said, we're going to do a part 2. So those of you who have ordered, please join us again in just a moment, and I will give a verbal order list at the start of part 2. See you in a moment, guys. Bye. It's not letting me enter. Oh. Okay, bye.